Hello and welcome back to another episode of Two Idiots, One Console, where the premise is we're two idiots.
On one console.
And we are kind of fiddling with the microphone placement at the moment because of the fact that the other idiot isn't always the most audible, we've realized.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make that a little better.
I try to be louder for videos, but like I'm quiet by nature and there's a point where I'm not really vibing anymore.
Sorry, I did not mean to knock your phone into your lap.
Yeah, ow. Alright.
That should be better.
Theoretically.
It's closer to him.
My voice seems to be about as loud as yours is, so
Alright.
as long as I don't sit with my face like directly over the microphone, neither of us will be obnoxiously loud.
Hopefully. Here we go. Do we want to start digging this out more? I think we talked about doing that.
Yeah, that was one of the things we were gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna... I want to see if that solves our wood problem first, which it already seems to be, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
So, I'm not too worried about it right this second, then.
Okay.
Which planks look good and gears look good, so at this point we should be producing the timber bots about as fast as we can.
Should be.
Yeah, the...
Bot ran out of fuel. That's what the number going down is.
yeah, I'm not worried about it. Or, not super worried about it. If we want to find a spot for a couple of... Yeah.
So, Bean said... Or not Bean. Music said...
Leave them in the aquatic farmhouses.
Leave the regular beavers in the aquatic.
At least if they have to be anywhere, I imagine.
Yeah. So we'll scroll on down to the efficient farmhouse.
Yeah, and then these should definitely...
check real quick. We've got 30.
30, so we could probably safely put 20 into farmhouses, do you think?
Something like that.
So that would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18.
Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 18. I think we can do one more because it would be 21.
Yeah, but then we'd be below 10 spare bots.
Yeah, but not by much.
Fair enough.
Like, we're below by 1 or over by 2. And look at that, we're not even below. We got more beavers.
Fair enough.
More bots.
And one's out of fuel.
Yeah.
Which is good. Now we just gotta hope that they don't all break down at the same time. Which they should.
Who is flooding? Stop flooding.
We probably just got out of a drought. No, it's day 6. Wonder why it did flood. Oh well.
Who knows?
It's probably
Stop
fine.
flooding. Alright. Well, do we want to get rid of the overhang at least?
Honestly, I kind of like it.
It is kind of cool to have trees underneath the overhang.
Like, at least for a middle portion to what we're eventually doing here, I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah. Right. All of the being cut trees are being cut.
Except for that one.
Except for one. Except for literally one.
You were just waiting for me to say except for to confirm your theory.
Yeah. Literally just the one.
If I hadn't said anything.
Yeah, we'd have been halfway across the map by now. I don't know, man. I don't think there's anything else. I wonder what would happen if I were to, like, put a tunnel or something right next to a bad water source. Part of me wants to know, but part of me doesn't. Because, like, what if it starts flooding? You know?
Sorry, do what?
Put a tunnel next to it.
Maybe don't.
Yeah, I'm worried about it too. Like, part of me wants to test it out, just to see what would happen.
Yeah, but also that's our one bad water rig, so...
Yeah. Which, I mean...
Like, I guess we could put another one
water,
in, but...
We have a lot.
Yeah, but that also, like, that goes fast, especially when we're placing a lot of explosives, or, like, because we're also, remember, we're constantly using it to make extract as well.
Yeah.
Which for once we actually seem to have a pretty good balance going here. Except for the paper, but that's fine.
I just realized that we can do something here that I don't think you thought of.
What? Oh. Yeah, that is a good
We're
idea.
gonna make this one the bot fuel. And we're gonna have this one change over to bad water whenever this one is done being built. You know? Alright. And now we're gonna go ahead and change this to bad water and supply.
Yep.
And prioritize it by haulers so that
See
they
how-
don't have to be prioritized to
Yeah,
that.
because that was only at 16% productivity. To be fair, we have a lot, like, our bad water's pretty much full, but...
Yeah, but like this way, you know, we have no worries about it.
What's that medium tank right there storing again?
This medium tank?
Extract. Why do we have... Oh, duh.
These things.
Yeah.
We also have a giant thing of water over here. Medium tank, so not really giant, but it's already filled up.
Considering there's bots working right here, we might want to put, the fucking... We might want to start spreading out both the punch cards that they like and the...
Yeah.
Whatever that stuff is in the bottle. Kind of looks like
Catalyst?
motor oil to me. Yeah.
So we'll put a small tank of catalyst right here.
I was thinking put it across, yeah. So that way it's faster for them to get to.
Catalyst.
That's extract. Left.
Catalyst.
Does it kind of look like oil to you, or am I nuts?
It does not look like oil to me, but I can see how it could be oil.
I don't know, I'm thinking of something. There's something I've seen that goes in an engine that looks like that. And then if we put a warehouse for the punch cards right here, well, the problem is we're not really producing a ton of punch cards. Like, I'm good with it, put the warehouse, but like, we should up our paper production.
Which is something I keep trying to suggest.
And we keep doing it incrementally.
It doesn't need to be prioritized by haulers, I don't think, for these. Do you?
Theoretically not. They should just amoeba everything into here anyway, or out of here.
Boom!
Punch.
Alright.
Wonder why they like punch cards.
So we have fucking 6 paper mills that are set to supply 4 printing presses. And we're still kind of struggling on paper. Right? That's
Yeah,
what it
we're
was.
consistently struggling on paper a little bit. What's the
Okay.
productivity at all of those?
60, 53, 58, 57.
That might improve.
58. 68. And 72.
That might improve now that we have more wood. I think that'll just improve with time right now, honestly.
Yeah, but I do think we need to put down a couple more somewhere.
Let's... I wanna... Honestly, now I wanna give it a minute. Oop.
We fucked up.
What?
Should have made it so that we could put more stuff coming out to here, to these two. And we didn't.
Whoops. Go down so I can see it.
So like here is...
It'll just be a little bit longer. Not the end of the world. Because of course there's a path.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't there be? Alright.
Finito.
Up one, and I do think I want to put in 2 more paper mills just right here. I do think it would be a good idea.
Do me a favor. Before we do that. Jesus, I thought you were gonna delete that for a
No,
second.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck it was supporting.
Before you do that, real quick, would you mind selecting one of the log piles and just prioritizing it with the haulers? So that we have more paper around, and I'm curious if that will, like, increase the output. Or, not more paper, more logs. Because I don't want to waste space if we don't need it. You know, because space is extremely valuable.
Yeah, I mean, we can build using platforms and overhangs to make a second layer, just like music suggested with the windmills.
Maybe. How are you gonna get power up there?
I have ideas.
Okay. Still, just give me a minute so I can see if I'm right, at least.
Okay. It's actually gone down.
That one's gone up.
A little bit. That one's gone up. That one's gone down. That one's gone down a little bit, and that one's gone way down.
So
this
the
one was
moment
at
productivity's
72.
basically just changed. Oh, it's at 71.
Yeah.
Just making sure that wasn't anything important happening.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. I guess we're fine. Every time there's a noise, I'm like, oh, what is that?
Strongest shape, best shape.
Oh boy.
Took you long enough.
It's kind of sad where we've gotten on streaming. There's a point where we'd have like 2 or 3 viewers right now.
Yeah. Wonder what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not unconvinced that the one viewer is just us watching ourselves on the other screen.
I don't think so. But, I don't know. Yeah, our paper is actually not doing really any better. It'll get up to 30 for a couple of seconds, and then it'll drop back down to like 20.
Hmm?
No, finally we get up above 40. Oh, shit. Okay, so that's a little better now.
Yeah, the paper's just quickly going to other things, so sometimes when we get a bump... Well, and then also remember, they're probably taking it to the big storage, so some of the time when it's lower, that's probably because a whole bunch of haulers just picked a bunch of it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Do we have a big paper? Yeah, we must.
Alright, look for that symbol. Not in there, we don't.
Maybe in the other storage area. Yep.
Empty. It's going to other things more than it's coming here. Which we actually need another one of these over here, because there's stuff over here that the paper is used for as well.
Yeah. Too far.
It's fine, I got there. We only need one.
Yeah. Put it in the office supplies portion of the warehouse. Here they go. Oh yeah, one of the things that Music suggested was checking into individual beavers, to see, like, whether they're getting interaction with, like, all of the different things. That's a Timberborn.
Well, let's go find a beaver.
Just a random sampling of beaver.
48 instead of the 60 that we are at as an average.
So what's she missing? So, food and everything fine. Fur's wet.
All the different kinds of food.
Social life. So that's definitely
She's
part of
just
the
not
problem.
been to a fucking campfire.
But also
even
she
though
hasn't
there's-
seen a lantern.
How has she not seen a lantern?
Now
Oh.
she has. Yeah, okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah, I think Music's right about the benches thing.
Yep. Okay, well, let's go find some areas to specifically make benches.
Alright, well, we can literally just put some of them around these,
Yeah, that works.
which will help with that, which means we need platforms.
I wonder if we should just be making, like, towers
Bigger the
of
benches.
stuff to look at, and then just putting them right in the middle of, like, 3 benches.
Right. How is... 1 block? Sick. That makes that easy.
we could straight up just build a fucking tower of interesting things to look at and just shove a fucking bench in front of it and they'd get hit with everything all at once.
That would be kind of funny.
I don't know, I think maybe we should be making enrichment benches.
Well, we have 1 enrichment bench
Let's go ahead and
thus far.
let's put them on either side of the plants as well, if we can. And then, like, on both sides of the lantern so that we have 2 at every lantern and preferably, 4 right near the other bit. Oh, there's already 2 on the bench.
Yeah, they're already using it. And then we need...
And then I think we can only put 1 right there. Granted, I guess we could also put more than... because it goes in a 3x3 all around it, so we could also put 1 more benches.
We could
right
put
there.
2 more next to it. We could put 2 more next to this and 3 more on the other side.
Yeah, it might be worth it. Just to get them to stay in the vicinity for an amount of time. Too low on that side. Yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah. Uses a lot more
Oh, well.
planks that way.
It was definitely a useful use of the space that we have. You know, I'm almost wondering if we should be putting in more towers so we can demolish our old tower.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking we could do that. Like, we could literally just build more right here.
Yeah, okay.
I have to get them down to the fucking trees to get rid of the trees, but...
We can do that. We already had a path coming down on the other side. See it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Specifically to build the platforms here.
Yeah.
So we can get them down there. Layer tool is definitely going to come in a little handy here.
Yeah.
Too far. Yeah, right there, and then perfect. I don't think we can mark them for cutting. I think we'll just have to mark them for demolition. But, hey, they already built one of the staircases.
They already built 2. You gotta remember, they can build from the paths.
Yeah.
If the path is close enough.
We should also definitely be trying to put lanterns and stuff under water in places that we will be able to hit the houses with them.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that goes down or what, you know?
What do you mean?
I don't know if... do me a favor. So, you see that shrub right there? Yeah, would you click that and then go up a level? So I want to see if that hits... Okay, cool. So underneath does hit all the way up. Cool. So yeah, we should definitely just go through and, like, when we're planning these new towers especially, but, like, as well as with these old towers, we should just put hella shrubs and stuff so that we hit all of them. Because I figure we've got a couple of main things and they can go down, like, the middle of the street and then, like, on either side there can be a shrub and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that we should definitely start implementing that.
Yeah. Alright, so, we know that these can be built with the bottommost layer, 1 in the water.
Yes.
So 3 is on here. Which, how many towers do we want to do?
The question becomes how many beavers are currently sleeping in the other tower, so we'll... Yeah.
Well,
So it's
they're all regular houses, so it's 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 3 times 9 is 27? Yeah.
Yes. And then, so 27 times 5.
Fuck. 7 times 5 is 4...
Here, I'm pulling. 27 times 5 is 135.
Damn. I wanted to do it by brain.
So, 135, right? Then we take... This is 9, right?
So divided by 9.
So, yeah. 135 divided by 9 is 15, so we need 15 of those.
Cool. So we could make...
That's just, you know what, we'll start with 1 and see how high we can build it. How about that?
Yeah, okay. And we can use, don't forget that we can use the staircase from across the way to get things here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can. Alright, so now... So that's 1 house, I think.
Yeah, they're 2 by 3.
Yeah. So that'll be...
I mean, that works for now, I guess.
That works for the first one, at least. Right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. And that matches with what we've got here.
Which we should probably path out to this real quick so that we have it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Sick as fuck.
And then it's just 2 and 2. Right? And then we gotta do... Now, do we want to make the stairs go up here, or do we want to do another set of stairs over here for this tower?
It's gonna go higher than the other one. It might be better to
have it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Which, what I was also thinking on that, right, is have it start right here. Right, so we do the path to here. Yeah, because that way they don't have, like, we don't have to build a whole nother staircase, you know?
Yeah, because there's no point in that.
And then that one gets...
Everyone gets the stairs.
That's not gonna work.
Why?
Roof. Can't be built on. This is why I haven't paused for planning. No, I was gonna do it the other way. I was gonna have to go this way.
I just want to because we could just do the one staircase at a time and have it spiral.
They gotta go up 2 layers.
Yeah, so we have one staircase going left and then the next staircase going right.
Hold on, let me do this. So that, like, you're saying one here.
Yeah.
That worked better than I thought it would, actually.
Yeah, that wasn't even quite what I was going to tell you to do, but yeah.
Yeah, but if we can just do this and give them landings.
Yeah, no, that works perfect.
Yeah. So, alright, so we can get to that one, right? And, like, with the color of that, we can get this even higher.
Oh, yeah, we could. Which, I mean, hey, it's right next to...
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 15. Right?
Yeah.
So, 16, which...
Let's just see how high.
Yeah,
7,
6, 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
12,
13, 14.
Oh,
Bill
so
Nye.
close!
Why?
That is literally 1 away.
Ah.
1 away. That's rough, man.
I guess we could just delete the... If you want to, like, if you really, really want to have them spiral up that high, we could always just, like...
We'll just spiral it like this, because this worked.
Well, no. I mean, if you want to have them all in one big tower like that, we could always, we could always just delete one of the roofs on the leftmost houses and put one there.
Yeah, we could.
Just for variation, and then it would be easier, I think, to get them from the staircase to there, maybe. Might need one more staircase in there, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Here, what we'll do is we'll
start.
get rid of this roof.
Yeah.
Right, because this roof will be hitting everybody. That roof would be hitting anyway.
Yeah. So.
So, and then we go ahead and we do housing. We do this. We do, boop, and then we'll go ahead and plan for a roof on top of that, which is decoration. Yeah, decoration. Roof.
Mm-hmm.
Now we need 2 high platform there. Right, so if we just do a...
Yeah, one high. Staircase. Perfect.
Alright, and now we'll go ahead and start planning this staircase. Right, which is going to be boom. Which I'm just going to... Right, and then we'll do... I mean, so far so good on this.
Hell yeah. Starting to kind of figure out the efficiency too.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I thought we made good
insane.
progress.
This is insane.
I thought we made good progress.
Not yet.
Be like, we have to have gone up at least, like, 6 houses. The tower.
The tower? Nope.
You know that, like, the ominous music, the, like, music that people do when, like, they say something kind of funny, like that. Oh, do you want a cheese stick?
Yes.
We have fucking cheese sticks.
Give me the cheese stick.
I'm getting a cheese stick.
Bring me 2.
Okay. You know, I've been trying to decide what the fuck I want for a snack all day. I forgot we had cheese sticks.
You know, the funny thing is, I thought about those on my drive home today. Oh, we also need to tell everybody in stream that the schedule shall be changing. I'll let you know when you get back.
I can now hear you.
Basically, we have to let everybody know that the schedule's changing.
Did you turn off the light?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, starting tomorrow, I shall be working from 2 o'clock in the afternoon Western Time to 10 o'clock in the evening Western Time. So our streams will be taking place earlier in the day. I don't know when my days off of work are, so
yeah,
we'll figure that out later. Not that that's really going to affect the
They're pretty much telling him what's going on one day at a time.
Yeah, it's because I'm still new, so they haven't gotten me on the actual proper schedule yet. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hit play now that the tower is finished being planned.
Oh, good. I was gone for the tower.
Yeah, I finished.
I was getting bored of the tower.
We'll go and go.
We gotta be ready to pause each of these. Or, like...
Oh, yeah.
I guess we could just go pause everybody in the other building.
Yeah. Just pause all of the houses.
Now, sorry, you're all evicted.
This is gonna be fucking hilarious, oh my god.
Fuck everyone in this unit.
You know how many beavers we're about to fuck? Just absolutely just screw.
Yeah, but then they get a bigger house.
Yeah, and they have to share it with more people.
Like I said, fuck all y'all.
Epitome of terrible landlords. Alright. So I was finishing my cheese stick so my hand would be free so that I can do this a little bit better.
Meanwhile, I'm one of those people that has to peel the whole string off of the cheese stick the whole time. God says get out.
Hopefully Casco isn't in one of these. Alright.
I forgot we had a new Casco. And everybody out. Let's see them.
132 homeless beavers.
Get fucked.
Yeah, just a little bit down. Just so that they get that bit done.
Yeah.
The quicker they get that bit done, the quicker they get to reconnect to the house. You know?
To connect in the first place.
Yeah. Which means the faster and less beavers are homeless.
Which we're already down to 105, what?
I don't like that it's down from 132 to 105. Oh, I see. We got houses being built right here. We're good. They're okay.
You're like, oh no.
I was like,
they're dying, and I'm like, they're not dying, I promise.
I was like, are they dying?
Yeah, no, we would have a lot of error messages in the bottom left.
This tower is fucking massive.
No. We could have so many fucking beavers. If we wanted to.
We could literally make a bunch of these skyscrapers. The best part of this tower setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it would be so fucking easy to actually set up another tower just right here.
Yeah.
And it would just automatically connect to all of them.
Yeah.
Except for, like, at the bottom here. We'd have to figure that out, but...
Down to 62 now. This is a fun time lapse. We're, like, mostly out of gigantic projects, and now we're like, let's move all the beavers around.
Yeah.
God says move house.
Right. I wonder. Oh,
build limit.
Hold
Try
on.
one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Nope.
Nope. We tried. Which we've got to build a new, probably brazier of bonding. Make sure that that water fountain's getting everybody in here.
Yep.
Good. Just barely.
Yeah, it's only gonna be getting them because they have to go down this path, but it'll work.
Yeah, good enough.
Because they still have to go down the fucking path. This is great. I feel really good about myself.
Down to 35. Which means we've rehoused roughly 100 beavers. Unfortunately, Bean was not here to laugh at 100 beavers.
Yep. We're almost done with it already. We have 3 houses left.
26.
Which is less than 3, so that's good. Stranded?
Where?
What? What? Alright.
How did...
I don't know how
lower
he
it
fucking
down
did
to
this.
that level so we can... Wait, just lower it down to that level real quick. No, he was stuck up on.
He's stuck right there, but we can't fucking see him.
And there's no way he could get to a fucking platform?
No, because he's fucking stupid. Because the stairs are in the way.
Yeah, at least we can just delete the stairs.
There's a different beaver stranded. Do not get on the fucking house to do it. I swear to God.
You might want to unpause the house.
What the fuck do you mean not connected by paths?
Stair.
Okay, it's connected now. Nobody's stranded. We're all good. Okay. Fucking Christ, these beavers are dumb.
Hey, but.
But. 2 cheese sticks was not enough. We got 1 left. And 4 beavers left. Because some people died of old age. It happens.
That's fine. We might almost want to make a dedicated zipline station
Ta-da!
at every other level.
See
Too bad we don't have elevators.
The problem with doing a zipline, right, is if we do zipline stations, right, that screws them out of this.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Oh, ooh, yes. Alright. We're gonna get to watch a fucking parade of beavers.
I noticed some people have beavers have designs on their tail.
Yeah. And the fucking timing. Fucking bad tide, beavers flushing down the stairs.
It's a bad tide of beavers. Hey, I was thinking, if we, right at the top of the stairs, if we put extra platforms, not so high that we wouldn't be able to build on top of them, but if we put them up there, we could also put things like lamps and shit on these, and then especially the guys running down from the top will get lamped the entire fucking time. I don't mean just lamps, I mean like everything. Bulletin board, all of it.
Well, I want to see if that... Hold on. I see you. Do not build that yet. Pause yourself.
Lamp. No!
Hold on, because we can do 1, right? Still gonna get hit though, like basically the whole time.
Yeah, I just wanted to do more than just the lamp.
We're gonna do more than just the lamp.
Huh?
You forget. It goes up too.
Yeah, I
can put a shrub here. And there's platforms here that I can use. And a platform there for something small.
Let's try to put them where they will hit the house. Okay. Let's try to put them where they will hit the houses.
But like, we can put a shrub here.
Will that hit the houses?
What do you mean hit the houses?
The tower of houses. I just said like 3 or 4 times, let's try to put it where it will hit the tower, like the houses, you know? And I meant the tower of houses.
So right now we don't have, well, we have a space where we can do that. Right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll actually count towards anything, but...
Well, no, because here's what I figured. So they need to be in the general vicinity of these things long enough. I figure if they're in the general vicinity of these things while they're sleeping, they'll be in the general vicinity of these things for a hot minute.
I don't know if it'll count. Oh, we can try it. We'll put one here, too, because that'll hit all of these houses.
Yeah, no, I want to...
It does look like it might, looking at, like...
Yeah, because it does, like, an effect thing on the housing.
But it's only doing the effect while it's there, and it's not doing it, like, if it's not near it, or can't be placed. I don't know.
Well, X out of that and then click the other one. Or, like, put that down and click it so you can... Okay. See?
Yeah.
How it's doing the effect thing.
Which we're going to pause you, because I want them to build the lantern, which is not facing the correct way first.
I think it should be facing left, honestly.
Like that?
Yeah, it feels lonelier.
Mm.
But no, so I'm thinking if we just go under all of the houses and put all of the important stuff under the houses where they will touch the houses, we'll be able to do a lot of this stuff very effectively, especially now that we've got them all in one area. It's not as difficult.
I just had an idea.
Okay.
So, first things first.
Yeah.
And then that allows us to put something here, right? Which will hit everybody on the way down. And here, which will also hit everybody on the way down. You know?
Yeah. But no, I'm thinking, so like underwater, under the houses, I'm thinking we should be... Have you heard me any of the times I've said that?
Yeah, I had an idea and I figured I'd put it into effect real quick.
Yeah, I felt like I'd said that like 15 or 16 times already and nothing had happened. Okay, good, and we can tell where the houses are over there, which I think we should start over there.
What do you mean we can tell where the houses are over here?
You see how some of the planks look like, they look like they're submerged and some of them don't?
Yep.
Where they're submerged, there's houses.
Yeah.
Which
means we can tell where we have paths that can reach, for the most part.
Yeah, which I'm thinking, well, so we could either put it like right under the paths or we could put it right under the houses. Which I'm thinking we might end up doing some, like, combination thereof, which we've got. Okay, so Beaver statue will get...
I was trying to see if we could get it under anywhere. We can.
So we know these things are 2x3, so we know every 3 squares we've got a house. Which I'm thinking, so we've got... Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we need to get. Which I'm thinking, so the beaver statues could probably just go under like 2 of these and hit the whole area, you know? Like, not in the middle.
Well, hold on. If I do in the middle, it'll, like, I can get them to hit both.
Yeah, but listen to me. So if you put it to the right of the middle, like literally just to the right of the middle, it will still hit both. And whereas the other things have smaller spaces, right? So what we want to do is we want to take the things with the smallest spaces and put them in the middle so that we don't have to place as many of them.
Yeah. I do think... Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
So if we we just alternate every 3 lantern, shrub, maybe scarecrow. How big is can I see how big the radius is on the bulletin board? Oh, good. So we can just do those on the other side. Yeah, so if we alternate, like, shrub, lantern, scarecrow in the middle, and then we put the bulletin boards on one side and the beaver statues on the other, or wherever.
So you're thinking, like... Oh, the scarecrow is also a bit bigger. So, shrub here, which would be underneath a house.
Yeah, and that's under the path, which is where we want it. So we put it, like, shrub, 2, 3, and then another shrub.
So, shrub...
2, 3, shrub.
2, 3, shrub. 2, 3, lantern.
Which, that should work, because there's only, like, on either side there's only 3 rows of housing, so this should be fine. And then scarecrow, 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 and then, we just need to do, like, beaver statue, on one side. We just need to be able to hit the whole area.
If we do right here, that hits all of the houses.
Sick. Do it. And then on the other side, mirroring, put the bulletin board in.
Literally all of them, too.
You just put another one down.
Bitch ass hoe.
And then exactly opposite of that one, just go ahead and put the bulletin board and we hit them all.
At least all of this complex. It doesn't really hit,
Yeah, which I think we could, raise it, like...
We do have some stuff hitting them. Okay.
I figure, then we could just put, like, the main players right underneath. Too far. one more. I just needed to be able to see where it was. So underneath that, let's go ahead and put all of them just in case.
Alright, so... wrong way. So underneath the house itself?
Mm-hmm. What was that?
Steam Deck case. Right, so we're going... Decoration, we're going...
If we're off by one, it won't be a big deal anyway.
So, I feel the need to make it perfect. Shrub. Scarecrow. Lantern. Beaver statue should work right there.
And bulletin board. Perfect. And then now we gotta see if we need to move things to get them to be able to build these. So. But yeah, no, this should spike everything to a decent degree.
Should. Beavers are using the benches. Is there a reason we didn't put more roofs?
We were saving the roof space in case we needed it. Actually, we have not done the same treatment that we just did to the other spot here, so we might need to do that.
Yep. Oh yeah, these are the ones that are... Okay. Well, we know that this outermost row of...
Yeah, we know it's 4 in from the outermost row, and then see if we can get another...
What do you mean 4 in from the outermost row? It's literally...
blocks. I mean, like, total, like, outermost row, ignore it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And then we know it's... Do me a favor, put it back up one more time.
3, 6, 9.
It's 3 from that ledge down there, is the other edge. So, you see this edge right here?
Uh-huh.
1, 2 is where it ends.
Yeah.
So we know where it ends, which means, and we know how far it, like, how deep it is, which means we can figure everything else out.
Now we know where the bottom leftmost is right there.
Sweet.
Because I clicked it.
So now we do 1 in, and we do the same treatment. One further.
If we do go one further, they won't be able to reach everything. To build it.
But, like, we're gonna have to put more on the other side anyway. I was thinking we'd probably just path underwater.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna be able to reach everything over there anyway. Wait, just do every 3 again.
Are you going like this?
Yeah.
There's only 3 of them, so I'm just doing...
Yeah.
They built everything over here already.
Cool.
Which I knew they'd be able to build. Here, is where it's like, I don't know, man. Because of where it is. Like, hey, I forgot I had this path. So that helped them get a couple of them done.
Yeah.
Okay, we get to that one from above. Because it's right with the edge. We're not going to be able to get to those that are still like that, so at least not without now they can reach all of that. And they already built the stairs.
Beaver statue bulletin board. And then we know it just needs to cover the range of, like, wherever all of these things are.
Yeah, this will hit on everything.
Cool beans. And then I think we can just put the statue to the left, right? Or
Put it
across.
here.
Yeah.
And I know they'll be able to reach the statue. Because it's right under the edge, rather than the ways in, you know. That's done. And that's done.
Alright, and then theoretically when we hit night, we should see a large boost, but I think for the time being, let's grab a beaver so we can watch them throughout the day. Sick. And that should, I think, already be getting hit by, yeah, go down to aesthetics so we can, oh, that's a bad example. Let's do a different one. That works. Yeah, the ones that have jobs have no social life. It's like reality.
Maybe if we lower the fucking working hours? Because then they have some daytime to actually do some stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Make it a 12-hour workday instead of a 16-hour workday.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, though, fuck. I could not work a 16. I would die by the end of the shift. I'd just be dead.
Yeah, me too.
Shadralla.
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 You know what? Hold on, I want to see.
Yeah, go find somebody with really low.
Well, I was actually going to look for King Casco real quick.
Oh, I hope he's not dead already.
Oh, he'd be right here next to...
Damn, he shouldn't already be dead.
He'd be right here next to the two Kingiths. No, wait.
Yeah, K.I.
Yeah, there he is.
And he is relatively low, so...
Nope, not what I want.
I want to look at him.
Yeah, alright, that works.
Yeah, let's follow him. Good enough.
Off we go, following King Casco.
So being in that area did, like, vaguely raise some stuff.
Oh, social life at the Agora just went up.
He went to the Agora. Alright, and then whenever he goes to bed tonight, theoretically, his entire aesthetics thing should shoot up.
Should, in theory.
Scroll down a little bit so we can see better. Yeah.
Where's he headed to next? Let's see.
At this point, either bed or dance hall.
Rooftop terrace.
Or that.
Now where the fuck is he going? Oh, he went and got food. Oh, sitting on a bench.
And...
now he's headed to bed.
he's in bed. And they went up. His aesthetics thing completely filled out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool.
So, now we just need to restock the earth recultivator every once in a while. And let's see, so he's got all of the foods.
Sorry, I wanted to watch.
All of the aesthetics.
Just immediate fucking...
And if you do it when they're all asleep, then it for sure hits everybody.
Exactly.
So he hasn't been to a detailer, which might mean we need more of those.
Yeah.
Let's...
luckily for Casco, he's unemployed, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants anyway.
I'm trying to scroll through so we can see everything. Maybe not that fast. Yeah, so detailer, carousel he's good on.
Lido he's kind of okay on.
Yeah,
obviously we still need to figure out mud pit and books. because books are still a problem.
Mud pit, we need more books.
And he's on the carousel again.
Alright, at this point I'm game to put down more paper mills because having a little bit more logs has not solved the problem.
Yeah.
I do think we need to continue to up our log production, so I think that we should be building some more logging stations, like, sooner rather than later. You know?
Do we do the logging stations before we set up the paper?
Yeah, I'd rather do that first, because if we set up the paper first, that's gonna, mess us up. So over here, they're not doing too bad.
Yeah, but I was gonna, we were gonna expand it more, right? What if we cut it right here?
That wasn't what I meant. I meant, because some of the areas have more wood than they can cut down in a reasonable amount of time, so I was thinking it would be a good idea to put more lumberjacks.
You're bad at saying things like that. I'm gonna put one right here.
Yeah, that works.
Also,
yeah, he can reach, so he's doing that too, I'm sure.
I just wanted to make sure that he, was actually doing a job. It was, working and shit.
Oh, we can put another one, put that down and then, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I want to, we can put a bunch along here if we really wanted to.
I don't know if we need a bunch, but 2 more I'd be good
I
with.
don't think we need 2 more.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, leave it where it is then.
Yeah, I think the 2 that we just put in should be good.
Check that this logging place, the storage right there, is prioritized with haulers. The haulers must be getting stretched then again.
Time to go put another hauling post in.
Yeah, right. And then let's check out the other, up here. Because as you can see, there's definitely some logging to be done.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to put a hauler's post. Bless you.
Thank you.
Alright. There is a place that we can put a hauler's post if I just... You go with that?
Yeah, I guess. To the right of it, put another platform and we can put the logger right there.
Put another lumberjack in.
Yeah. Yeah, part of it's because it's not necessarily the lumberjack, it's here it might be because the fucking storage is full, which, definitely still means that we need more haulers.
Yeah. We're at 25, so I stocked that full. It had...
Oh yeah, because you only put in mini storage here. Despite my best effort to convince you to do otherwise.
There's also this one that's literally right here.
Yeah, but that takes them a really long time to get to.
Ah, that was definitely part of the problem. Look, that should help immensely for this area.
Yeah.
Because these weren't prioritized by haulers was part of the problem.
Goal is to get this shit going. Make sure that other wood pile to the left here is... Yeah, okay, it's
prioritized. It's already prioritized.
It's funny when you start, when I start to say something and then suddenly there's a whole bunch of beavers running off with the resource I'm worried about, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Never mind.
Never mind, it's fine.
I'm trying to think. Ooh. Put another...
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm thinking at least one more,
Yeah. We should also maybe start planting trees in the space that we specifically cleared out for trees.
Problem is, it's not all as green as we want it to be, so we need to build some irrigation.
Yeah, okay. Let's take it through whatever the thinnest portion of trees is, and then...
Okay, what if we just take it right here, and just boop, and then this way? Because if we do it where the path is, right?
Oh yeah, we could just send it directly under the path.
And then now it's underneath, and we'll see if that affects the stuff above it.
I have a good idea for how to mark where the path is.
Well, I mean, we don't need it going to the left now. We just need to be underneath here. Because we're not going to be doing this layer. It's the layer below it. So if we're doing the layer below this,
then
it's not going to affect the trees.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Because the dirt's still going to be on top of it.
We should probably path into there. There's a staircase right there anyway, so... into that area so that we can...
Yeah. Can you stay... Ah.
Can I what?
Like, stop distracting me. I had where I was going with it, in my head.
And then just remember every once in a while make a 3x3, you know?
Yeah. And we'll see what that does before we...
do anything else about it,
Yeah. Because if it does what I'm hoping it will do, then it'll be a problem solved. But if it doesn't do what I'm hoping it will do, then we're fucked. You know?
Yeah.
Just because I want them to get this shit done as fast as possible.
Let's watch from above so we can see if it greens.
Problem is the paths. How are we supposed to do with the paths and whatnot, you know?
Whenever we go down to do the paths, pause. But also they should be able to go from 9 blocks away, so they shouldn't be anywhere near needing a path yet.
Yeah, shouldn't be.
Ha!
Oh hey, the bad tide's over.
Hey.
I forgot we were in a bad tide.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, we lost a decent amount of water.
Oh, that's not going to be fun, because now that's going to refill, so we're not really going to be able to tell how much that's doing. Fuck.
We should still be able to tell how much it's doing. Unless you want me to just have it empty out the side for now.
Nah, I can't bring myself to waste it. Not after all these seasons of, or cycles of suffering.
I mean, we haven't been suffering in at least 10 cycles now.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to have to get uncomfortable.
We have 18,000 water. I think we'd be fine.
I don't like it.
Coward. Yeah, see, we'll still be able to tell how good it's doing, too, because it's not getting all of it, you know? The water's not coming out of here yet, so...
No, the bright side, our logs have gone up.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that we can keep up, like, log-wise once we put down more paper mills.
Yeah, we're doing well on the log front. Love that we just have 3 stairs just standing here in the middle of nowhere. Staircase to nowhere.
If you see staircases in the woods, don't touch them.
If you guys couldn't figure out, he's a creepypasta nerd.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, stretch.
But, you know, I figure if we have to do, like, extensive tunnels under here in order to irrigate, as long as it, like, physically will irrigate, I'm not super worried, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like they can drown anyway. Please don't ever make them so that they can drown.
God, if they ever make it so the beavers can drown,
this
we're gonna
game
lose
would get
this game
so
like that.
much harder.
We would lose this world even, just...
Yep, dead. Goodbye.
Because, like, if they make the beavers able to drown, they're gonna make the robots able to drown.
Well, I could see making the beavers drownable and the robots not drownable because they don't have to breathe.
Yeah, but they need power.
How long can a beaver hold its breath?
I don't know.
Where's
Google
my
it.
phone?
I don't know. It fell in your lap, and I didn't know what you did with it after that.
Put it to the left, apparently. $15 minutes. Still better than I can do.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of time.
What's crazy to me is there's whales that can hold their breath for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, how
Dude.
efficient does your body have to fucking be at that point?
Yeah, like the efficiency, bro.
I wish I could hold my breath for 6 hours. Like, honestly, like, if that was my, like, you know, like... So, like, you've heard of the concept of, like, B-tier superpowers, right? So, like, A-tier superpowers are the cool shit, and, for everybody else, A-tier superpowers would be cool things like invisibility or being able to fly. But if you really... Hey, green. But if you really want to find out some stuff about people, but it's also green to the left, which means it might have just been because of the...
It was probably because of this.
Yeah. So, like I said, we won't really know.
Won't
not
know until the
dry
next
season,
drought
anyway.
or bad time.
But anyway, B-tier superpower. Oh boy. Oh no, sorry. I thought that was normal farm field that had flooded down there, not Spatterdock, and I was like, ah, shit.
Doofus.
Anyway, B-tier superpowers are, like, just shitty superpowers, you know? Like, they would not help you in a fight, but they're kind of fun, you know? So, like, examples, I've heard before, like, yeah, every day you wake up and your hair's just perfect. Like, you're always having a good hair day. You know, or, like, what was the one that I used to say?
What?
I used to have one that was specifically, like, if I could pick a B-tiered superpower, this is the one that I would have, and I can't remember which one I was saying anymore. But no, so, like, you always roll out of bed and your hair's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
Or, like, oh, yeah, I kind of have one, and it's that I always know when the microwave is gonna go off.
Yeah.
Which it turns out translates into me having just, like, an incredibly good sense of time. Like, he's seen me randomly be like, oh, what time do you think it is? Like, 5:30? And I'm within 2 minutes every time.
It's very rare when he's not within, like, 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's usually how he figures out I'm sick. But yeah, no, so, like, B-tier superpowers. Yeah. And I think a sick B-tier superpower, because, like, you know, you've got the A-tier of, like, being able to breathe water, right? And I feel like a good B-tier counterpart for that would be, like, being able to hold your breath for, like, 3 or 6 hours or something, you know?
Yeah, just fucking...
Just, like, casually. And that would be so fucking funny, wouldn't it? Like, I'd mess with so many people.
Right.
Like, I'm just gonna casually sit in a movie theater, like, right in front of people and not breathe the entire time. And it's gonna take them... they may never figure out what the fuck is wrong with the guy in front of them, but the answer is, I never breathed for the whole movie.
Yeah. Which is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because that would freak people the fuck out.
Yeah.
Which I think is really fucking funny.
Now... For an A-tier superpower that I think that I've wanted for a long time, right? First I'm going to say the one that I used to want, right? Which, what I used to want was super speed. Right? Because, I mean, who doesn't want to be the Flash? Right? But then I had the thought of teleportation. And then my brain went a little logical, sort of, with it on, okay, what if you can't teleport anything that you can't wear? Right? If you can even teleport stuff you can wear. So I was like, okay, better idea. Portals. You just open a portal to the grocery store, walk through it, you're at the grocery store. You open a portal to you like from the cashiers, like from the check stand, you can literally open a portal to your fucking fridge and just put your cold stuff away. And then a portal to your pantry to put your other stuff away. You know, like you could portals are so much better than teleportation because you can literally you open a portal and all you have to do is reach in to grab a thing and then good.
Hey,
Hi, Bean.
Bean. We're talking about superpowers and A tier and B tier superpowers, which I've already got a B tier superpower, and mine is that I always know when the microwave's gonna go off.
Yeah. Anyway, not even fashionable. Yeah, you're not even you're an hour and 15 minutes late.
You're
so
almost fashionably late. You're off by the first digit.
You're off by an hour.
But no, okay. I have always said if I could have a superpower, and there's always gonna be people that are like, but if you did this, this would happen. So ignore. It's okay, Bean. We love you.
Yeah, we love you, Bean.
Ignore all of the, because there's people that are like, well, you can't have invisibility because if you were invisible, then the light would go through your retinas and you can't see. If you have any thoughts like that, just don't.
Yeah, fuck off.
But we're not talking about logic right now. We're talking about if we could do anything. Anyway, what superpower I would want is the ability to freeze time on command. I would prefer the ability to take somebody else into it with me. But that would be fine if I can't, I guess. And I came up with this idea in middle school, and my entire plan, because my middle school was right in front of a McDonald's. There was the field between us and the McDonald's, but...
Alright, bet. Alright.
But no, and I literally just wanted to pause time in the middle of school when I was hungry and go get McDonald's. Just walk into the back and take hella french fries out of the fryers and shit, And then just walk back to school, eat the fries, and then, unfreeze time, and nobody would ever know I was gone, and McDonald's would never have any idea what happened to their fries. And I would still do very similar shit with that.
So we've got Kalavux, who's 75, and we've got Kalavux, who's age 22. The 22-year-old or day-old or whatever is getting changed to Chipper.
Did we change Chudhaggis? Chudhaggis?
No, that's
just the game being okay.
Yeah. So Chipper, and we're gonna hold on. Is he? Yeah, we'll name him and Sons because that's now funny because now he's the older one. I recall being in third. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Everybody. I feel it.
No,
I would still do the same shit. I wouldn't, I'm sure there would be a little bit of bank robbing involved in my schemes, but, 90% of what I would do is just walk into fancy restaurants, wait for them to make something, go read the tickets in the back and be like, oh, sick, in, 5 minutes they're gonna have XYZ thing ready that I want, and then just pop in, eat the food. Could you imagine, take the plate out of a fucking waiter's hand as they're going to a table with it? Eat whatever's on the plate and then put it back in the waiter's hand.
So here's a way that I think is just a little bit funnier, right?
Mm-hmm.
With portals, right? First off, I can literally just portal into a bank vault and grab the shit at any time of day or night. I don't need to worry about pausing time. Who's gonna fucking catch me? I can portal.
If there's cameras in there, now they know what you look like. Whereas what I'm doing, there's literally physically no way I could have, if I wanted to rob a bank with my powers, all I would have to do is get a trusted friend to wash the money for me, but aside from that, all I would have to do is pause time while I'm, say, in the middle of the mall, Run over, rob the bank, come back. If anybody is like, you robbed this bank, we found your fingerprints, because we're, if you deal in Nevada, they fingerprint you. But, if they're like, oh, you robbed this bank, we found your fingerprints, I can be like, you can check, I was at the mall.
Yeah.
The whole time.
But, so, here's the thing. If you don't get back into the exact position that you were in when you paused time, now it looks like the camera footage has been edited. And so, immediately you're getting busted either way. because that brings the entirety of that footage into question on whether or not it's real.
Well, then I could also just be seen in like 15 places at once.
And that, which means that
okay,
you
but
don't.
That would be so funny.
Like, the thing with that though is now you don't have an alibi because none of those places are valid because you've been seen in all these places all at the same time.
Why would it set on fire?
Because if you with that one it's a kinetic energy thing. Like you have made it to where this thing has 0 kinetic energy, and then suddenly you give it a shit ton of kinetic energy by touching it and moving it, and so therefore, boom, it lights into flames. That's literally how the logic of that would go.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, that's oof. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. Anyway, with portals.
At that point, okay, although also, you could totally probably prevent that if it, like, I don't know how this would work necessarily physics-wise, but, like, you could probably prevent that by, like, if you're, like, say the girl's gonna get set on fire, right? You could, like, take her out of the way of the bus, go find the nearest backyard with a hose, and just, like...
What if she's already on fire?
They start being on fire when you're... Like, it wouldn't matter if she's on fire if time is still stopped.
Unless by touching her, the time is no longer stopped for her, and that's what lights the fire.
Well, at which point she could move on her own, and she's in the time thing, so she's immune. Which, the way that I always kind of figured it would work
How is she immune?
Because she's in the time pause.
That doesn't mean you're immune to fire if you're the thing that's on fire.
Yeah, but she would if touching her brought her into the paused time, then she would be unpaused the second you moved her anyway, so she wouldn't burst into flames unless we also burst into flames by entering frozen time.
I'm failing to understand where your logic is on this one.
Okay, so if you move things when you've got time frozen that weren't already moving, you make them light on fire, right?
Like, even if... So it's the logic that I was understanding with it, which now that we know it's an anime doesn't necessarily mean that it's the logical thing. It's just anime being fucking weird because anime is weird. But... let's say there is something flying through the air, and you pause time. That halts all kinetic energy everywhere until you unpause time.
Yes.
When you move a thing, you are taking a thing that has 0 kinetic energy, and suddenly you are giving it a lot of kinetic energy by moving it in a way that is different than it would be moving from the time stop. Right? And therefore it would end up lighting on fire whenever the time stop is over. If you bring somebody into the time stop by doing it after you've already stopped time, then that has the possibility of also lighting them on fire because, like, if you've moved them.
Okay, but, like, what you said was, like, if you touch them, it brings them into it, right? So then, by that logic, the second you touch somebody, they're already in the time stop? Meaning they're not affected because they're moving on their own anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, that's what I was saying, and then the whole, like, otherwise you would burst into flames too thing.
Yeah,
because it
okay,
can't work both ways. It can't be that other people coming and set on fire, but you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay, but here's another problem.
I guess if you yoink food, it's always spicy.
Here's another problem with the thing that he's talking about, though, where you can't touch anything or it sets on fire. So, with your idea, like, of, nearest backyard with a hose, right? The hose is now on fire. The faucet for the faucet the hose is connected to is now on fire, which means the house that the faucet is connected to is on fire.
My original plan was find a pond or something and drop her in it.
A pond would
Which,
probably
not,
work.
like, don't drop, like, don't let go and then unfreeze time. Like, submerge her completely and then unfreeze time. Because the fire can't do anything while you're still frozen, you know? Even if you're, like, technically on fire, time's not moving. You know?
You would have to make sure that you pause while she's on an exhale. Because if she's on an inhale...
Well, she's also not gonna, like... When have you ever inhaled water that much? Your body immediately stops you from doing that instinctively.
Yeah, but, like that's still gonna cause some problems, is all I'm saying.
You told me about one time you went to, like, a paint rave thing.
Yeah.
And every time you looked at the fucking stage, you'd get blasted with the paint.
Yeah, every time I looked at the stage, immediately just fire hose of... literally, they had fire hoses of paint. And, like, I was getting hit in the face by pink paint from a fire hose every time I looked at the stage.
Whoever was doing the hose definitely singled you out.
Yeah. And waited till I was looking dead at the stage every fucking time. And you know how I know it was that? I know it was that because I turned around and I walked around the fucking crowd to the other side of the stage where the green fire hose was, the green paint hose, looked up towards the stage and got hit in the face with pink paint.
That's just really fucking funny.
Not only did all of that happen,
whoever had the paint hose might have been trying to flirt with you.
I couldn't fucking see her if she was.
No, but, like, could you imagine? It's like, she's like, oh yeah, because, like, she figures she'll just find you after or something, you know? Like, if this guy is completely fucking coated in pink paint, I'm gonna know who it is.
You fucking... She didn't come to try to find me.
Flirt.
She did not come to try to find me, so that is entirely her fault.
It was over, though?
No, it was ending.
Yeah, but, like, she might not have been able to get off stage yet. You might have skedaddled before...
I mean,
you
at that point, sucks to suck.
Not me.
At that point, sucks to suck for her. It's her loss is your gain.
Fair enough. Anyway, but no.
Anyway,
did you
I had one more thing to say on that one.
Yeah.
Right? The entire front of me, due to all of this, was completely fucking soaked in pink paint. My clothes were soaked, but only the front half. The entire back half of me was almost entirely dry.
Hey, at least when you sit in the car, you're not going to ruin the seat.
It was my buddy's shitty old car anyway, so it didn't matter if the seat got ruined.
Yeah, but still.
It's like we took his car for a fucking reason.
I would have just brought hella towels, but no, anyway. So, like, on the water thing, did you ever inhale paint? Like, to the point that you were dying from it?
No.
Did you ever, like, inhale even more than, like, just the teeny tiniest little bit?
I didn't inhale any at all.
Yeah, which I imagine the first couple of times you weren't ready for it, and you probably have no idea whether you were on an inhale or an exhale, but it wouldn't have mattered because your body would have stopped you, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it at all. Literally, I swear to God.
Especially when you got to the greens.
I swear to God, like, she was waiting to see my head move up. Because I'm looking down. My head moves up, and by the time it gets to level, and, like, by the time that I have tilted it just slightly up from level to look at the stage, there is already pink paint hitting me in the fucking face. I don't have time to see fucking anything. It's just immediate paint to the face.
Which is, that will never not be fucking hilarious to me.
I swear
we're
to God.
at a paper net positive.
Yeah, right. But I swear to God, she was fucking... No worries, Bean, but I swear to God, she was fucking watching me to see when my head went up.
If you weren't near your computer, you missed a funny story.
I'll tell it to you later if you'd want.
It's a good story. But no, yeah, so that furthers my point. You wouldn't inhale, you know, even if you were on an inhale, because you were never expecting that. And obviously, she would also not be expecting that if you didn't hear us, we're debating whether or not you could still save the girl from Truck-kun. And my theory is yes, you could if you just immediately took her to water and submerged her completely. Okay, he's gotta go, or at least go do other things. Cool.
Bye, Bean.
Bye. We'll see you when we see you. We're still on for another half hour, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, anyway, so, like, but because of that, like, if you completely submerged her in the water, even if she's not expecting it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario, you boil the water around her. But also, if you've got her in a big enough body of water...
Trout, perfect.
If you've got her in a big enough body, like a deep enough body of water, like, say you put her in Tahoe, right?
Yeah.
Which, if anybody is not in the general vicinity, which...
Oh.
By which I mean if you're not within, like, a 7-hour drive, Tahoe is completely glacier-fed water, and it's up in the mountains, so it's freezing year-round. Like, very extremely cold.
I'm trying really hard not to do something that I tend to do right now. But at the same time,
What?
Glacier is not the right word there.
Snow melt, whatever.
I'm sorry.
It's just basically cold shit melts, and that's what's the water.
Yeah.
You could put it, But no, anyway, so cold things melt, that's what's the water in, Lake Tahoe. So, like, for instance, if you had access to, like, Lake Tahoe or the ocean, because Lake Tahoe is so cold, even if you did boil the water immediately around her, it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking cold, I have to imagine the water would cool down before it caused any serious damage.
Probably.
So, like, yeah, maybe full body 1st and 2nd degree burns, but as long as it's not 3rd degree, it shouldn't kill you. You know?
Yeah,
It's gonna suck, but, like, at least you're alive.
The next concern is hypothermia.
Yeah, but, like, obviously I also don't mean, like, take her way out of the water. I was thinking just take her to the edge of the rocks and chuck her. But anyway, no, you could do that, and then you could also, like, theoretically just, like, walk her out a little ways into the ocean. Because there's so much water, and the water's moving, I figure even if you, even if you boiled the water immediately around her, it would have enough time to move and not touch her, so the ocean might actually work better, even.
Yeah, might.
Either that, or I guess you could, like, tie her to a boat while it's moving or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, but then you're lighting the fucking boat on fire.
Just the rope.
No, if you have to tie the rope to the boat.
No, I was thinking go get, like, well, no, it still wouldn't light the boat on fire, it'd just light the rope on fire, but the rope's attached to the boat. It's not my fault if the rope's attached to the boat and the rope's on fire.
If you have to touch the boat in order to tie the rope to it, then the boat lights on fire.
Wait, do you think if I just went, like, it would light it on fire?
Can't touch anything or it sets on fire.
Okay, no, but, like, if that was based off of kinetic energy, it would mean move something, because it has, like, completely no kinetic energy, and then you move it, therefore you just accelerated it, like, because the problem is it's frozen, so if you touch something, move it, and then unfreeze it, it just moved from wherever it originally was to where it is now, like, way too fast.
Yeah.
Which is why you would be setting things on fire. Which I guess might also scramble brains. I don't know, we'd have to find out. But anyway, but no, so, like, if you just tapped something, maybe you'd set, like, the top molecules on fire, but, like, the way electrons work, everything's kind of on fire already anyway.
I'm just saying, it, like, because it's, like, thinking about the fact that it's anime rules.
I don't think it, I mean, fuck, he couldn't use it at all. He'd be setting his clothing on fire and everything he walks on.
Yeah. Which...
And if it's anime, he might be in Japan, and if he's in Japan, they have a lot more wooden floors than we do.
Yeah.
That would be, like, the fastest way to die. It wouldn't work like that.
I'm just saying.
No, it wouldn't work like that, or it would be a completely impractical power. It would have to be, like, moving things, because then you've moved it at, like, Mach fuck.
You mean like the fucking manhole cover that we launched into space?
Yeah.
Like
I
that
love
thing.
that story so
That
much.
thing either A, vaporized before it got to space, or B, is going to obliterate half a planet.
I really hope it doesn't do the second one to, like, an intelligent alien species, and they're like, they've launched missiles at us, and we're like, oh shit. That was not on purpose.
Yeah, we're just, fuck, sorry. We didn't mean to.
The first time that hadn't even occurred to us, and the second time we just wanted to see if we could do it again, and they're like, the second time? We're like, oh.
And we're just, uh-oh.
Didn't find that one yet, huh?
It's just, oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well...
We might have done it twice to see what, if, yeah. We wanted to know how
Sorry.
fast it was going. I love the humans are space orcs thing of, like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Waiting.
Why are you putting a power shaft there?
Because if we put anything else, it's going to be making contact with this.
Yeah, okay.
So it won't go all the way down.
Fair enough.
But if we do that, right, and then we do another one here,
Yeah,
it'll
okay.
work.
Yee. But yeah, no, with the way that works, it would still be, like, possible to save someone. I think you'd just have to luck out and be close enough to water.
Yeah, probably.
You know, I also have to imagine if you moved things like a very tiny amount at once, you know, it probably wouldn't matter too much. Because, like, if you just moved something like a millimeter, even if it moved at Mach fuck for that millimeter, I don't think it would hurt it.
I don't know. That it really does entirely depend at that point on whether or not like it's touching it or if it's moving it. Alright, we have like a gajillion power. We are fine.
Yeah, that should be good for the next ever.
For the next 5 ever. Alright. Yeah, because we have like a gajillion power over here. Look at this. Look at all these batteries. Gajillion power. You know?
Yeah.
And then all of these fucking windmills. Look at all those chickens. And then all these fucking windmills. Which I do like this line. It looks so clean like that. Oh my god. Doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks sick as fuck. I think if we built more layers, it would just look that much better, too.
If we just built up, like, above them.
Yeah, which the nice part is, since we have that vertical power shaft over there, we can literally just build and connect them to that.
Yeah.
We just gotta build some platforms up. So the question will be, can we get the platforms, next to it? Which seems like the answer's yeah, so.
Get some platforms there, but we can't get them in between. So...
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's not great. Yeah, it needs to be higher anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna... Before they build that one, I want to know if... Like, I want to figure out the lowest height above them we can do it, you know?
I really ought to get used to sitting like a normal person on stream. Eventually we're gonna have, like, face cameras.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'm
Look
like
at that. We
nearly
can have
upside down in my chair.
Look at that. Literally just 4 and then technically 5, counting the. Okay. And
If
then
we made it one higher, I think we might be able to do it better though.
why?
So my theory is, I figure if we put like a whole bunch of, if we put overhangs, the 2 wide overhangs over them at that height, we could just continually place the 6 wide going the other way. So if we put
So hold on. Are you saying a 2 wide like? Nope.
No, not there.
Okay,
I'm saying so like in front of a windmill, right? So toward us, like toward the screen, yeah, in front of a windmill. If you put platforms there to the height that we just had that one at, oh, we can't put them there either.
Yeah. That's the problem. We could put them along here.
Yeah. Okay, and then we would just need. So the same thing that I was thinking would work then. It'd just be a little bit more annoying.
Yeah. My main concern there is when we get to buildings, because we're going to be putting more buildings in this way,
yeah,
aren't
and it won't
we?
look as clean, which is disappointing.
Yeah.
Alright. Damn it, I wish there was some way to do that.
But if we do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we do that over and that over, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, hold on. Let me start that completely over. Hold on. I have idea.
Okay.
So we just have to see if my idea will eventually work. Because if it will, that'll be awesome, and if it won't, now then fuck. You know?
Yeah.
Alright, so we need to get these. So if we do. So we do. So, okay, hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a second. We do. Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. I thought I had an idea. Let me. Okay. Just right here where I know that there's nothing going to be in the way, right? But we want effectively something kind of like that in order to get. So if we do something like that. No, hold on. That's not going to work. But if we do something where it is 3, right, then we do a 3 and we do a 3, like we can do that kind of a thing, right? And then on that we can do the 6 like that, and we can get stairs up all of it, right? And in doing that, I don't know if that's gonna work.
If you're trying to make it go farther, it's not gonna go farther without getting taller.
Yeah, and we don't want it to get taller. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way around it.
But if we do this,
At least and not still look as clean as it does.
we do that, because that's where that can work, and that won't work there. So we do that, right? And then if we guys, if I can figure this out, I'm going to feel like a genius. I just need to figure it out. No, that's not what I want. I don't like that. That's not... No. I was hoping for like a T overhang type thing. Not whatever the fuck that was. Yeah, this is not gonna look clean. I don't want it. I want it to look clean.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna do some kind of tower of windmills later,
we have
gonna
to
have
plan
to do
it
it somewhere else, yeah.
We have to plan it ahead of time.
Plan it from the start.
Which, I mean, there is a way to do it. Just delete every other windmill.
I mean, it wouldn't even have to be every other, it would have to be like every third or something, but still, I don't want to... I like the windmills.
Yeah, me too.
The windmills make me happy. Leave them alone.
Agreed. Alright, how's our punch cards doing? Pretty good. Our books are not doing good. I think it's because we don't have enough making books. The productivity is doing well enough. Their productivity's not.
Well, I guess let's put book production over here, too.
Yeah. Might as well.
Don't forget to put the power down.
You are correct.
Can you not make that noise?
Alright, whatever. Delete. Which I'm just going to extend this all the way down to that one.
See how big the mills are in their actual square as well?
They fill up the whole square.
Damn. Okay, because we need to have good storage for wood nearby.
What about all of these?
Oh, yeah, duh. Or not wood, we need paper.
Which is being produced right here, but again, all of these.
Yeah, which we should probably put in, like, one wood and one paper thing right there anyway. And then just leave the paper at neutral so that the printers can use it. You know?
Yeah. And then we do it this.
Yeah, and then we're doing alright on punch cards.
Actually, I think this might be a little bit much, because just 4 is doing great for punch cards. You know?
Yeah.
So I think we'll leave it at this for now.
Okay, so do me a favor, there's a paper thing.
Well, hold on, let me set these to books, so that we don't forget later. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, paper.
So, no. There's one right next to the biofuel, yeah. So that's paper, go ahead and just leave that as accept.
What about this one, which is also paper?
Accept. So that'll be good for those two. And then the other ones right there are directly across from wood, so we can pretty much just have book storage as well as paper storage. So I think that the paper storage would, like, fill all of those spaces with the mini warehouses.
This way the paper guys don't have to run as far.
Okay.
They can just run to there. You know. Which keeps their productivity up. And then the book guys can drop their shit into these.
And those should be at distribute.
And then... yeah. Those will be built in no time flat.
Yeah, I've already started on all but one. Unless you were talking about the warehouses.
I was talking about the warehouses. But yeah, everything. All of it. Look. Already got that shit built. Prioritize. Prioritize.
You don't need to prioritize the paper.
Unprioritize. Prioritize. Good. Oh, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go fix your shit. Hit the fucking thing with a hammer.
Hey, we got the happiness up to 70.
Oh shit. Why didn't we get a thing? Have we hit 70 before?
Must have.
I don't remember hitting 70.
Either that or they don't expect you to hit 70. So let's go ahead and set a...
Are we... Hold on, are we currently in drought? We are currently in drought.
The water might not be low enough yet. Let's come check back at the end of the drought. So, like, the second it goes, like, drought ended, go ahead and move back over. So, there's the dirt excavator thing that we haven't put anywhere yet, and I'm thinking we should probably do that.
Where is that again?
Probably in power.
Nope.
Look around until we find it. Oh, there it is.
Nope, that's a mine.
That's a mine. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Where is it?
Might be in landscaping.
Yep. Big old boy.
So I think it digs down.
Yes.
So let's just, I mean, that takes up one of our squares, I think, so.
It takes up more than one square.
Oh, well, let's go ahead and put that near the edge to the left so that we can just hook it right up to power and not worry about it.
Right here?
Yeah, because I suspect we can't put it on top of power. You know?
Yeah, I suspect not. Let me go ahead and get rid of...
But yeah, once we do this, we can do the mud pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay, there we go. What did you do?
I right-clicked because I'm dumb. I wonder...
Seems like we might be able to, actually.
If we just tunnel right here...
Yeah.
It's not gonna be able to... I can't change the tunnel without fucking deleting the tunnel, and that's not gonna... It's gonna lose the support.
Pause it.
It's still not gonna work.
Try it. If it does, the worst case scenario, we have to put it back. You know? You see, we did still need science.
Fucking not enough to warrant 280,000 science.
Better safe than sorry. Go ahead and up the priority of that. So
Bring me the singular explosive that you are like...
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Here we go. Yeah, and
Thank
you hit it with
you.
a hammer. Alright, so
Thank you.
try to...
Nope.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and just delete the thing and we'll replace it. And then put the power.
Yeah, the power thingy.
Power.
Unlimited power!
Both of us immediately.
Well, yeah, it's us. We're
now
fucking nerds.
Now go ahead and put the thing back on, and we can make sure that it will do the
thing.
Be powered correctly as well. Perfect, it will.
Yeah, baby. Boop.
Baby. And then we should... Dirt, I'm pretty sure, is stored in piles. Like log piles. There's... Okay. Yes.
Yeah, dirt. Alright.
Dort.
Dirt.
Dort.
Dirt.
Dort. So let's go ahead and make a dirt pile. Dort.
We're storing dirt underground. We're about to store dirt in an underground fucking pile in dirt.
You know, if you just let the game play while you did all this stuff, they would probably have already come to collect all of that stuff, so it wouldn't have to get displaced.
Luckily, it doesn't get displaced far.
Dort.
Dirt. Dirt.
Dort.
Fucking dirt.
Dort. Dort. And then go ahead and put some piles outside of the new mine.
You mean this thing?
Yeah. The excavator. So that they have somewhere to put them.
Small pile?
Yeah, just small piles. No, look, you can put them right in front of it.
Oh, you're right. How many?
Do all 4. Fuck it. Door.
Oh my god.
What?
It's what? You gotta be kidding me. No. I don't like that. Hold on.
Just go to the right of the doorway. Or, no, we can't do that. Fuck, man. It might almost be easier to delete the whole thing and then blow up an area big enough for it. Everything's ground level if you try hard enough.
It takes out part of a square, right? But I think this will actually have the least impact overall
Well,
on space. Unless we dig it down, and that's just gonna take
it technically doesn't take out part of a square. The path would just be there normally.
The path would be here, not normally.
It can't go there because the machine's there.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, normally that, like, it's taking out part of a square because that's not where the path lines up. The only other places we've done something that fucks up with the path alignment is these.
I mean, we've been fucking with the vertical path alignment the whole time.
Yeah, and it bothers me.
Yeah, but, like, it still looks neat. Look at it.
Yeah.
Looks clean as fuck.
It's because I'm good at paths. Did not need that piece of path. There it goes. Look at it go.
You should definitely put a path directly to the right of the stairs and everything that you just did so they don't have to go around a whole square to access the
So now we are
storage.
taking out the square. Which means it would have just been better to put it here anyway. Wait for them to build that before I get rid of those.
Yeah, that way they're not like, we're stranded.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could jump off the platform and be fine, but I guess, I don't know. Anyway, it's 8.
Alright. Well, oh shit, it is actually digging out the spots.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Like, it's already started up here and everything. Look at it. Did it just lower?
Probably.
I feel like it just lowered.
Anyway, this is how we get the mud pit going.
Prioritize. 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 Prioritize.
Dork.
Prioritize.
Well, there's no other big thing, so.
Yeah, but we're going to have another big thing of dirt near wherever we put the mud pit, I figure.
Yeah.
Which we'll figure out that next episode. For now, we have dirt! Dirt!
Dork.
Dirt.
Music was
Dork.
like, you guys should build it. You'd like playing in the dirt.
Dirt.
Oh,
Oh,
just at the
just
end,
off
man.
I'm sorry, but the stream is ending now. I'm sorry,
sad
Jay.
face.
Yeah, it's time for us to get off the stream.
Genuine sad face, but we do have to, like, eat and stuff.
Yeah, we gotta eat. Food, important.
If we ever
So-
get to a point where we have, like, an absurd amount of followers on Twitch or something, we might do, like, some, like, 24-hour stream or something. It would be...
Oh, yeah, we will.
Yeah, it'll be the worst.
It'll be the best and the worst. It'll be the best worst. Anyway. Alrighty. Have a good night, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.